Our other big story today here in San Diego, the retirement of a San Diego legend, longtime Chargers quarterback Philip Rivers. He called it a career after 17 years in the NFL, 16 of those with the Chargers.
Yes, man, and that was tough news for some of us to hear today. 13 of those seasons were played in San Diego. Rivers came to the Chargers in a draft day trade in 2004. Our Kyle Krasa spent a lot of time with him over his career, and he joins us to share some thoughts. I know you weren't probably hugely surprised by this news, but still kind of a gut punch.
Yeah, certainly is. I think a lot of us that watched Philip Rivers here for such a long time in his career, a great part of that 17 years, and we saw what he did for the Indianapolis Colts in his final season, and certainly he still is going out with all of the skills, all of the talent, over 4,000 yards, but he's going out on his terms. This is how he wanted it to end, so I'm very happy for Philip Rivers that this is exactly the way he wants to go out. And when I look back at the 17 years, it's really hard to pinpoint any one particular thing to really sum up the career of Philip Rivers, but one for me that I really enjoyed over the years was just the boyish enthusiasm by which he played the game of football. I think about a kid in high school playing his final game of his entire life, and that's the way Philip really approached every game that he played. He loved to compete, he loved his teammates, he loved to win. I remember years ago we were shooting a preseason special here in San Diego, and I was interviewing Philip, and I was asking him about that passion for winning, and he said, I just love to compete, I love to win, I want to win at everything, I want to beat the guys in the locker room at Domino's. He says, I want to win this interview right now, which I didn't really know what that meant because he was the only one I was interviewing, but he just wanted to win, and that passion he had. And it was funny that the trash talking he would do on the field that drove opponents and their fans crazy. Of course, it was G-rated trash talk. If anyone knows Philip Rivers, the worst word he ever used was dadgummit. But we're going to miss Philip Rivers. I think the NFL is going to miss Philip Rivers because he was one of a kind. There's not another Philip Rivers. And I think about these 17 years, and I want to go back, if you don't mind. You mentioned, Heather, that he was drafted in 2004, traded to the Chargers. The day after he came here to San Diego in his very first television interview, we were there. There's Philip and I, 17 years younger, but there we were. Where has the time gone, right?
Two little baby faces we saw in that photo just a moment ago.
Yeah. And Kyle, we all have experience with him, you much more than either of us, but I know Heather's done interviews with him. I've had the chance to interview him. And in these cynical times, I think one thing that we can tell people is that he was what you see. That earnest guy, that didn't turn off when the cameras turned off.
Yeah, there was a dichotomy that was Philip Rivers because he was such a kind, gentle person off the football field, but when he was on it, he was a fierce competitor. And in wrapping, I just want to say, let's not forget what he's going to do next. April 1st, he'll be reporting to his new job. He is the head coach of a high school football team, St. Michael Catholic High School in Alabama, and he cannot wait to begin the next part of his life.
I love it. And a whole bunch more golly gosh darn it's on the sidelines of that team, too.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks,
yes, no doubt about it.